on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel Fragrance Journey. Hopefully everybody's having a blessed day. Hopefully everybody had a blessed weekend. Hopefully everybody has a safe new year coming up. Please, no drinking and driving. If you got to catch a bus, a train, skateboard, bike, anything, walk, please don't drink and drive. I'd rather catch an Uber, a Lyft. Try to stay safe coming into the new year. Today I'll be doing my part 2 of my top purchases of 2019. I didn't want to do one long video because it's going to be over 25 fragrances, to be honest. So this will be part 2. I'm probably going to do a part 3 tomorrow, and I'm probably also going to go live tomorrow. The first fragrance I want to talk about is from a house, again, nobody really talks about. They're from Paris. It's the house of Marlou. The fragrance I'm talking about is Podraxis. This is a beautiful, beautiful rose, powdery rose with animalics. The notes are rice, powdery notes, animalic notes, and rose. Not a really complex fragrance, but definitely one that's worthy of getting your nose on. I think they do have samples online at marlou.com or marlouparfums.com, something like that. Just Google Marlou fragrances and you can look online and try to pick up some samples from the house. The next one we're going to talk about is new to me, being that I've only been in the fragrances 1 year. Some of the OG or older fragrance heads have probably smelled this back when it was released in 2010. To be honest, this may be my favorite fragrance in my collection at the moment. These accords seem to lean my direction the most. I'm definitely into woody, animalic, leathery fragrances. The fragrance I'm talking about is Leather Oud from Christian Dior. I just recently found out through a subscriber, shout out to you, Mitch Rich, that this batch is an original formulation from, I think, 2000, maybe 2012, I think. This has notes of Indonesian oud wood, leather, gag wood, cedar wood, sandalwood, and I think it also has civet. Has to have civet. I can smell the civet heavy. I already sprayed some on my arm. I come up here a lot of nights and spray this fragrance. It's just a really beautiful barnyard, fecal, pissy, animalic fragrance with leather and woods. Not for everyone, definitely up my tree, but you got to be into the more darker, woody, pissier, animalic, fecal, barnyard fragrances. It sounds crazy to some people, but those are the kind of fragrances that I enjoy. Next up, we're going to be talking about a fragrance house, and a lot of people were talking about some different fragrances from this line. A lot of people talked about a fragrance called Annie. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was anything blockbuster. But it's good. A lot of people talked about Fan Your Flames, which I thought was actually a nice fragrance, which had a really beautiful coconut note. I think it's boozy. Really nice fragrance. There were a couple of them that caught my attention. I like African Oliphant, Una Tamam, which was done by my brother Miguel Matos, and this one, Musica Oud. This has notes of grapefruit, amarish, cypriol, oud, saffron, amber, oak moss, sandalwood, and gagwood. This is a very barnyard oud, but it's not really as bad as leather oud. This definitely has that barnyard oud type of feel, maybe Indonesian oud or Laotian oud. But it's definitely got that barnyard oud smell, but it also has some leathery, ambery notes with some citrus on the top. To me, it's more of a complex fragrance. It's just not, when you spray it on, you get that oud and all of that. But it turns woody. It's got some citrus on the top. And then you've got some amber and leather aspects towards the end. It's a really nice fragrance, to be honest. I'm shocked not a lot of more people are talking about this fragrance. Next up, we're going to be talking about a house that I was really impressed by. It's a newer house. It was made by a YouTube fragrance reviewer, my brother, Mr. Oz. Shout out to you. This cat uses high quality ingredients, no synthetics. All the accords smell high quality. And the fragrance I'm talking about is Murmur Chypre, and it's from the house of Motif Olfactive. Dope, dope, dope line. Top of the line, man. This is crazy. This has florals, leather, civets, got some sweetness. I liked everything that I smelled from the samples I got. I also have, I think it's the Zume Atome, which is a really beautiful coffee fragrance. He really did a great job with these. Hopefully in 2020, he comes up with some more darker compositions. That'd be definitely up my tree. But just wish him much success in 2020. Keep up the great work, brother. Next, we're gonna be talking about a line that I just got into also. You may hear that a lot. Like I said, I've only been in the fragrances, only been buying fragrances for a little bit over a year. And that's the House of Guerlain. I think Terry Wasser, hopefully I said his name right, is the in-house perfumer for the House of Guerlain. And the fragrance I'm talking about is Cure Intense. This one is a tremendous, beastly, strong, masculine. This is basically a very worn leather. It's got a little bit of florals on the top, not a lot, but it's also got a beautiful tobacco accord that blends all around that leather and those florals that really just make this composition just one of the best leathers I smelled this year. And again, the performance on this is insane. It's gonna last on your skin forever. Next up, we're gonna talk about a line that I really enjoy. This is supposed to be from the white line. I guess that's the white line, and that's the black line. And the line the house I'm talking about is Atelier des Ors. You can see that bottle is crazy. But this one actually surprised me because I'm not really into openings of citrus and things of that nature. But this one has some very masculine nuances to it. This is has a huge blast of cardamom in the top, really spicy. But it's also got some orange blossom or some of that nature, which kind of makes the composition a little bit brighter. This also has a beautiful pimento accord. That's something I never smelled. I've never got my nose on in any composition that I know of. This is spicy, it's sweet, almost has a incense type vibe to it. It's very versatile. You can wear this in the summer, winter, spring, fall. But also this has, I think, Hyraxium in the dry down, which definitely makes this more animalic. I really enjoyed that part of the composition, to be honest. But that's one that I'm gonna wear probably more in the winter and fall because of that animalic dry down. It's just a really great composition. Definitely one on the top of the line that I've smelled so far. And I think I've almost smelled the whole line, the black, the white, and the blue collection. Next up, we're gonna talk about a house that I really enjoy. It's only me and my brother. He smells like Rome talking about this house. And Mel Ficini, Odor 93. This really opened up my eyes to the accord of tuberose. I didn't enjoy tuberose. I thought it smelled like a woman and lean feminine and things of that nature. This has notes of birch leaf, clove, cumin, tuberose, narcissus, sage, oud, vetiver, guyakwood, patchouli, vanilla, and tobacco. To me, this is a really beautiful, sweet tuberose that's encompassed by a beautiful narcissus accord, which kind of makes the composition a little bit green. It's also got some woody aspects from the birch and the guyakwood, and it definitely sweetens up a little bit with the vanilla, but you also have that beautiful tobacco note, which is, to me, one of the best tobacco notes I smelled this year, to be honest. This composition is just, to me, like a piece of art. It's blended well, high quality accords. Just one of the best that I smelled this year. But I'm not gonna go through and say what's my favorite, because that would be so hard for me to do. I love a lot of my fragrances, so it's hard for me to say which one I like the most other than Leather Oud at the moment. The next one up is from a house that when I got this bottle, it was my first offering from the house. I smelled a lot of the fragrances from the house when I was in Lafayette Galleria in Paris. I did like Musk Ravageur. For some reason, I didn't pull the trigger on that. I kind of wish I would have. I think it was a lot cheaper than it is here in Europe, in Paris. So I wish I would have got that. Hopefully when I'm in Texas in February, I can smell more of the line. The fragrance I'm talking about is Promise, and this is done by Dominique Ropion. This is a stunning fragrance. Has one of the most realistic openings I've smelled. It has a green apple accord at the top that is just stunning. It's dry, it's spicy, it's leathery, it's got beautiful floral notes. It's got, the notes on this off the top of my head, I think are rose, Turkish rose, Bulgarian rose. It has cypriol, it's got ambroxan, it's got labdanum, it's got castoreum. It has a green apple note, and I think it may have sage on the top, I think. Just going off the top of my head, but it's spicy. It's got that beautiful apple note. It's dry. It's got beautiful florals, and it also has a leathery aspect to it. I think that Cypriol makes this whole composition lean a little bit leathery. And then it also has a wonderful, wonderful sweetness from the labdanum. And then you get that beautiful musk or castoreum note in the dry down, which just rounds out the whole composition and just completes it, to be honest. This is definitely a three-dimensional fragrance. This is complex. This is not linear. Some people say that this bums out on their skin, but thank God that on my skin, this shines and it lasts on my skin for 24 hours at least. If you spray it on your clothes, it's going to be there for days, months, maybe even years, who knows, if you don't wash them. But that's just a quick list. Again, hopefully everybody stays safe going into the new year. Again, I'm going to try to go live tomorrow. Everybody check in, that checks in on the live. We got our people that check in. We chit chat, rap, conversate, hang out, talk about fragrances, have a good laugh. And hopefully we got some big things coming in 2020. I'll be in Dallas in February. Me and Mr. Cologne 76 gonna be hanging out, me and Glenn. I'm gonna try to go live while I'm with him, while we're at the scent room and different places smelling fragrances. That should be dope. Hopefully taking some trips to hook up with some other reviewers, get some videos out, so with some collabs. So if you can't like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. If you woke up today, you're definitely winning. We almost at 1,500 subs. You can't like, share the video also. Please share the video. If you can't follow me on Instagram, I'm going to leave that down here at Fragrance Journey 01 on Instagram. I definitely follow back. Trying to get to 1,000 followers on Instagram within maybe 2 or 3 months, which to me would be crazy. But again, stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.